So hello. It's been a while since I posted a video on this channel, but thank you for all the attention on my last video. I did not expect it to get 200 views and to actually gain subscribers. I kind of posted it thinking that it was gonna just get 5 views and those 5 views are gonna be me, and I kind of just left it alone. I'm like, let me leave it alone. But no, people saw it, and I'm thankful to everyone that saw it, left a like, subscribed, left a comment, just interacted with it in general. Like, thank you a lot. Actually gave me motivation to actually post and do this YouTube video. So thank you a lot. I appreciate you a lot. White on the Creek, how did it start? Well, it was started by Saucy Santana in one of his lives, where he said, and I quote, "I used to go fishing when I was a little girl. You gotta be real quiet on the creek."
And I used to go fishing when I was a little girl. You gotta be real quiet on the creek.
Pretty much spreaded everywhere on the internet and became a meme. Now you're probably asking, okay, so it's a funny meme. What is so special about it? What is so special about it is that Quiet on the Creek by Saucy Santana is a political statement warning us about the government and climate. Okay, I'm joking.
2 plus 2 equals 6. And let me tell you why equals 6. Because look at this. There are 2 2's. So therefore there is an additional 2 that no one talks about because the government.
But no, seriously, there is a reason I'm talking about this, and that is because black people are getting mad at non-black people for explaining what Quiet on the Creek means and just using it in general. Now, you may be asking, what does Quiet on the Creek mean? Now, as a black person myself, I don't have a clue. I don't know if there's a deeper meaning to just being quiet on the creek. Now, you also may be questioning why are black people getting mad at non-black people for using the saying and hopping on the trend. Well, that is because apparently Quiet on the Creek is AAV. What is AAV? African American Vernacular English. AAV, sometimes controversially known as Ebonics, is the variety of English natively spoken by most working class and middle class black Americans.
You know what? I'm going to double down on my previous video. I'm going to tell y'all this. Not only is white people saying quiet on the creek not gentrification, it dilutes what actual gentrification is. Actual gentrification is when Tupac makes a song about racism and social injustice, and black people take that song and make it a trend to talk about said racism and social injustice. And then, white people come on here and make it something completely different. That's gentrification. Gentrification is when SZA makes a song about what it's like to be black growing up in a predominantly white area, and black people on this app make a trend about it, and then, white people come on and talk about hair colors or something like that. That's gentrification. Gentrification is when black people call older men in their lives unk, and white people get on the podcast and say, oh yeah, it means uncool. That's gentrification. Gentrification is not when Saucy Santana gets on an Instagram live and says, oh yeah, when I was a little girl, I had to be real quiet on the creek when I used to go fishing. That's not gentrification, because that's not black exclusive.
Quiet on the creek.
However, we need to talk about Quiet on the Creek because there's a lot of discourse happening right now on the internet, and I just want to clarify something. So I recently posted a video about AAVE being referred to as alternate atypical vernacular English. This is not the correct definition. The correct definition is African American vernacular English, also known as Ebonics. African American vernacular English, AAVE, is a distinct dialect primarily spoken by black Americans, characterized by the unique grammar and pronunciation rules that diverge from the standard English. I turned on my light. So with that, we have to understand that AAVE doesn't mean, just because a black person says it, it's AAVE. Quiet on the Creek was coined by Saucy Santana. Yes, Saucy Santana is black, but just because Saucy Santana said Quiet on the Creek does not make it AAVE. AAVE has rules. Like, it's literally dialectized. Like, it's part of language. So it has rules, like, I'm not going to explain them, because it also has cultural significance. And part of AAVE is not explaining what it is. Because the cultural significance is when it was used back during the transatlantic slave trade, was used to, communicate amongst each other as slaves, as enslaved people, so that way we could get to freedom and, be safe and experience life on the plantation, being able to talk to each other without getting in trouble, So I understand why everybody is like, why are other people saying Quiet on the Creek? Because they truly believe that it's AAVE, but it's not AAVE. Do you understand? Because it's not following that framework, and it literally just came out of, Saucy Santana's mouth. It came out of nowhere, It was just a joke. And now it's being used as a metaphor, which is, a play on words. We're using it as an idiom, Quiet on the Creek for this, you gotta be quiet on chaos on the creek, those kind of things. We're running with it, but it's not AAVE. And we don't have to be upset that other people are using it. This is okay to share. But yeah, I'm already stressing at the backlash, because a lot of people, a lot of black people really think this is AAVE, and it's not, so please don't come for me.
Quiet on the creek.
I do understand where black people are coming from, since the saxophone trend and many trends that black people have started, it has become
oh my god, it's not funny.
Quiet on the creek.
But the thing with Quiet on the Creek is that it does not have any cultural significance. It's not AAVE. Just because a black person says something
Gotta be
funny,
real quiet on
and
the
it could
creek.
just be anything funny, like no context at all, just a random saying, like random words. But yeah, is y'all quiet on the creek or?
Don't laugh. You can't laugh.
Quiet on the creek.
Anyway, like, subscribe, and see ya. Bye.